So we're gonna secure our patient into our Hypo-Wrap system here. Now we just have a mannequin for a model, but for a patient, we could easily kind of drag and slide them if needed. We could have a bunch of people help us to do other carries, and we can do other videos on the carry types. But basically we wanna get our patient into the sleeping bag. So this is the Mylar emergency bag. If they're unconscious, they can have their arms inside. If they're conscious, maybe they want their arms outside. So it all depends. And we kind of wrap this up around. So really tucking them in. And we're trying to keep all that wet possible skin because our patient's in shock and sweaty, or we pulled them out of the water and we've got them down to base clothing that's gonna be fine when wet, such as wool or polyester. So now we got them inside this. We're gonna secure them in the sleeping bag. So we're gonna bring our sleeping bag across here. And we're gonna zip this up. I just gotta fiddle with the zipper here, get it started. There we go. Now you can obviously adjust this system to the heat requirements of the patient. You know, if someone's significantly sick or injured, or it's fairly cold out, you're definitely gonna want as many layers as possible to really keep them warm. So we've got them in the sleeping bag. Now we have a hood on this bag. So what we can do with this is bring our drawstring in here to really tighten up this hood and really cinch us in around our patient to keep them nice and warm. There we go. Then we're gonna fold up our tarp system. So we're gonna start at the feet here. We're gonna fold our foot box up. So the very bottom of this, we're gonna fold this flat up like this. Our patient's a bit low. So we're just gonna move them so we got a little extra space. There we go. Then around the head, we're just gonna fold in the corners here to make some triangles, just so we're not right on their face. There we go. And then we're gonna fold one side over and the other side back on top. So it doesn't matter which side you start with. Just watch as you're coming across a patient, they don't cover up their face. And we wanna keep this as flat as possible. This just helps if it's raining, for that moisture to run off the patient. So again, we'll bring around their head. There we go. Now the extras here, we can roll all this up nice and tight around our patient. This is where we could use a stick or a sand splint to help secure it. Or we can just really tuck it right around the hood of this sleeping bag. Okay, so we're looking nice and clean. So now we're gonna secure it with the daisy chain system. So we're gonna start with the feet here. And this is where sometimes it gets a little bit confusing. So what we're gonna start with is the looped end. So this is the very end of the rope with the loop in it. We're gonna start right here. We're gonna bring this over top, and then we're gonna grab the next loop on the opposite side. We're gonna bring the second loop through the first. So bring that second one through, and it's going through the first loop. Okay, and then we're gonna bring that up as we're moving it. So we got that first loop there. Now there's a bit of slack, so to pull the slack out, we're going back to the other side. So we started here, move to this side, we're back to this side again. We're gonna pull in this slack, and then we're gonna put this loop through that second loop. Next one, we're gonna pull in this slack. We're gonna put this loop through that loop. On the other side, we're gonna pull in the bottom to pull in the slack. We're gonna make our next loop. Same thing. And we're trying to move these loops up as we go. So you're moving it in line with the next rope. There we go. And you can see how it was really nice having some extra rope on both sides so you can really adjust this. We're always going to pull on the bottom to bring in our slack. We got our last loop here. So we just want to bring it kind of up and around the patient's shoulders. Once you got the last loop done, we're just going to take that and just secure it in a knot. So we've got that secured. Then we can take our extra rope. We can bundle this up, tuck this inside. We want to smooth out our edges, just so if it rains, we're not getting any water collection in there. And there we go. We have our patient all hypo-wrapped up. Now you can use the sides to help carry the patient, and this is going to keep the whole system nice and sealed for you.